Shall we begin?
Welcome to the Happy MonsterCast. I'm your host, Scott Marchand Davis of Happy Monster Press.
Let's begin now.
This week on the Happy MonsterCast, a mysterious call leads the investigators to a desecrated graveyard. And then things really get weird. The Happy MonsterCast sometimes contains adult language. Previously on the Happy MonsterCast, hard-boiled detectives Philip Marlowe and Victor Shaw run a 2-bit detective agency on Chicago's West Side, trying to stay one step ahead of the Moran and Capone gangs. With help from urban adventurer and vigilante Jack Mallard, drifter Eli Harrington, and patent scientist Dr. Humboldt Harrison. A mysterious call puts Marlowe and the team on the trail of an occult scheme involving Al Capone's South Side outfit. All right. Well, let me recap here while Bob's getting on. So you have been following up on a variety of weird things in Chicago, and many of them seem to revolve around the application of ghost rock technology known as red rum, which is a combination of ghost rock and alcohol, which produces monstrosities. And it seems as though somebody is messing with an enhanced technology for this that allows you to shift more or less at will. And so Philip gets a call at the office. So you can go ahead and answer the phone.
Hello.
I heard you were looking into the Southside Gang and Red Rum.
Yeah, you got any information for me?
You ought to check out the Holy Nativity of the Lord Romanian Orthodox Church. And then he hangs up.
Huh. An odd character. Well then. Guess I should call everybody, round up the gang, go check this place out.
All right, so the phone book helps you out here. The church is at 5825 North Mozart.
I go ahead and I'll round up everybody and tell them that I got a very weird phone call. And that all it said was check this place out. So I think we should go take a look.
Sure. Yep.
Of this, it's pretty far north of the city. So far north, in fact, that it's slightly off the map up north here. But the train runs out that far, so you're able to get there without too much trouble. And as you roll up, you hear the sound of sirens in the distance. And you can see next to the church is a small cemetery, like you often see in cities where there's, maybe a couple dozen graves right next to the church. And the crypts, the whole churchyard has been ransacked. Crypts have been broken open, coffins have been broken open, graves have been dug up, and there are what looks like 5 bodies lying around in the graveyard. Sorry, 6 bodies lying around in the graveyard.
Wow.
Oh, this looks odd. I'd like to go ahead and investigate the area, see if I can find anything of any interest.
Okay, so you're going to head into the churchyard?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so the first thing you notice is that one of these bodies is very fresh, as in his throat was torn out and there's blood all over the place. I would like you all to make common knowledge rolls at -1 unless you have streetwise, in which case it's a straight roll.
Do I notice anything odd or awkward about it, and could I make an occult check?
Hang on in the occult check, because you're going to want that in a minute.
Okay. Fair enough.
Uh,
1 second.
All right. Skills.
Not my strong suit.
20 football hits.
Yeah, unfortunately, Philip's partner is the one who's got the really solid common knowledge. But Jack recognizes this guy. This is a Capone soldier by the name of Terry Buster Buss. He's lying in one corner of the mausoleum, labeled the Koanu Mausoleum. There's a revolver in his hand, and there's a coffin in here that's smashed open. The body in the coffin is pretty messed up, and next to her body is a steel tube. It kind of looks like a piece of bed frame that's been sharpened.
Ooh.
Huh.
But it's steel, not wood.
And then there's also a smashed piece of machinery against the wall.
I'm sorry, a what?
A smashed piece of machinery in the wall.
Can I tell what the machinery is based on like a science roll?
Well, it's got a label on it.
Oh, all right. I could just read the label. Well, if you want to do it the easy way, sure.
That would be a notice.
However, you can make a weird science roll because there's something special about this. So the device is labeled Radionic Neuropathometer from Pathometric Laboratories of Chicago. That roll is not going to cut it.
Let me penny that. No.
That is, however, the device has been modified, and you think you could probably figure out what it does with some time spent fiddling.
Okay. Well, I shall be in the corner fiddling.
All right. So as you went through the graveyard, you also noticed that the 5 bodies that were dug up, 2 of them had no hands, 2 of them had no heads, and 1 of them had been cut open. Now I would like an occult roll.
Ah, excellent. Okay. Looks like Jack's got it.
Okay, Jack, you're thinking that the hands and head might be used for necromantic purposes. You also, on inspection of the one that was cut open, see that her heart is missing.
Scott, I'm going to do a detect arcana in connection with that. Once he tells me this, to see if there's activity in this on the bodies themselves.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So there is some faint arcane residue on all 5 of the bodies that were dug up, not on the body in the coffin or the dead Capone soldier.
What about on the machine?
There is some on the machine as well.
Okay.
If you want to look for clues, that's going to be a notice roll to see what else you can dig up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on.
Eli is all over this.
Holy crap.
All right.
Solid roll. Holy cow.
So the first thing you notice is Boos has almost no blood near him, even though his throat has been torn out. But the steel tube has blood on the tip and inside it.
So it's probably used to drain him or to blood of some in some way.
Yeah.
The second thing you notice is that his gun is empty.
Is the magazine or clip still in there?
It's
or
a
is it...
revolver.
Ah.
And as you look around the mausoleum, there are 3 bullet holes in the walls, which is 3 less bullets than the revolver could hold. In the guy's pocket is a matchbook from the Cocoa Club on State and 79th. You find some tire tracks in the churchyard belonging to a Ford truck, which has 1 bald tire. There's a half-eaten meat pie, sausage, garlic, and peppers, near the gate of the cemetery. And then I would like a thievery roll as you look at the coffin.
What was in the meat pie?
Sausage, garlic, and peppers.
Yum yum.
Man, Eli's on fire tonight.
Jeez. Dice are exploding.
The coffin,
Oh.
you can tell from inspecting the coffin that it's been opened before and then resealed. And as you look at that, the police roll up.
Ah, crap. And they think it's us. Oh.
Here now, what's going on here?
We are conducting an investigation.
What sort of investigation? What's happening here?
Get a lieutenant of Byron down here. Tell him it's an emergency.
And who are you?
Philip Morrow, private investigator. He'll know me. Just go grab him.
Call it in, Jenkins. The guy radios in and he says, yeah, the lieutenant wants to speak to you.
Lieutenant Barra, Philip here.
Philip, what have you gotten yourself into this time?
Doesn't look good. I got a phone call tonight saying that I should come and investigate this place when I got here. Looked like hell in a handbasket. A lot of dead bodies.
All right. I'll tell the boys to let you go, but you got to clear the crime scene now, all right?
Got it.
Okay, so the only other piece of data you have is you do see the names of the graves that were dug up for the 5 people who were variously dismantled.
Okay, let's make a note of that, along with their dates.
Okay. So do you want to hit some research on that?
Yeah, find out who they were, what happened to them. Yeah, definitely.
All right, so go ahead and give me research rolls.
All right, that's going to be an unskilled for me, unfortunately.
That's okay. I think Philip's all over it.
If there's one thing I'm good at, it's research.
Yeah, I guess
Snake
so.
eyes, not me.
Shit.
Eli knows less than he did when he started.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I suddenly brain dumped. I know nothing.
Yeah. Eli gets distracted by a pretty librarian.
Lady Bookerton. I see.
Jack and Philip, however, they dig in pretty hard, and you are able to find some details about the 5 people whose corpses were violated. The woman in the coffin's name was Magda Koanu. She does not seem to have... She seems to be no one particularly special. Died of old age. Buried about 1.5 years ago. The woman with the missing heart died of a sudden illness. But you know from sort of the culture of the day that sudden illness often means suicide, because that's a way of covering so that they can bury the suicide victim in consecrated ground. The 2 women with the missing hands were both spiritualist mediums. One head belonged to a priest who had a reputation as a skilled exorcist, and the other belonged to a cabbie. But with a little bit more digging, you're able to find out that the cabbie used to be a professor of metaphysical philosophy at Budapest University until he immigrated in 1887.
Okay.
So all cosmically and magically aware people and having some standing in the paranormal, occult, or unusual.
Safe Magda.
Right.
Yeah.
Was
So,
there other connections between them? Do they know each other?
No, they're pretty spaced out. Just based on their time of death. They're not really contemporaries in a lot of cases.
Sure.
Like the spiritualist mediums died in 1885 and 1895. The priest died in 1910. And the cabbie died in 1918. Flu pandemic victim.
Well, I was going to wonder if I could make an occult roll and see if I could understand why the hands might be cut or the other parts, like ritualistically. Like, because on speculation, I'm guessing that, like, obviously, like, those are major energy centers, and, like, I as a person know that, but my character doesn't.
Right.
The heart of a suicide, you know.
Right. Is it like, yeah, is it like the ritualistic nature of it, like, why the hands, like, all that other stuff?
So yes, that you know enough to know that these, the hands of a medium, the head of the priest and the philosopher, and the heart of a suicide, those potentially carry a lot of energy. Meanwhile, Humboldt has been playing with his new device.
Right.
It seems that it is a Geiger counter for spiritual energy.
Aha.
Okay.
And you might be able to repair it with time.
Okay. Let me go ahead and give that a repair roll. There you go.
Congratulations, you now have a spiritual Geiger counter.
Da-da-da. Nice.
Is it doing anything?
Not at the moment.
All right.
Actually, so let me.
Are you sure it's not broken still?
Hang on a second. You know, let me put that against the meat pie that I took from the graveyard.
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. Guys, the reason I was asking about the meat pie is because it has garlic in it. That's the only reason why I'm interested in the meat pie.
Oh, and half eaten. Yeah.
So the papers cover this quite luridly. And note that tomorrow there's going to be a huge Capone-funded funeral for Goose.
These were Capone's men, but they were found in, what was it, O'Bannon?
They were found in the north side, not normal Capone territory.
Right.
They were found deep in Moran territory.
So when we checked Booth's gun, so it's a revolver, 6 empty shells in it, and we found 3 bullet holes or bullet contact points against the tombstones.
That's correct.
Which means that the other 3 bullets went someplace, either into the dirt and we lost them, or they went into whoever was doing this stuff.
Right.
Huh. Okay, so would it be worth checking hospitals for recent gunshot victims, or does that cast a net that's too wide?
You can try. I mean, it's 1920 Chicago, so there's going to be a fair number of gunshot victims.
Okay.
But you can make a research roll.
Yeah, somebody else chip in on that because I don't have research.
One second.
Whoops.
Got a 5.
Unskilled.
All right, a bit of legwork. There's not anyone that really fits. Nobody came in with 3 revolver rounds in him in the right time frame.
What about the truck tire angle? is there any way for us to get information from that? Like, can you talk to Phil? Can you talk to your contacts in the police and see if they made anything from the truck tires?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a research roll for that.
Sure.
Okay, so you get the lieutenant to hand you the file to look at the day of the funeral, and as you dig through the files a bit on Busey, on Buster here, he has a known associate by the name of Bernardo Manja Rusticello. And Manja is a well-known glutton and the owner of a Ford truck.
This might be interesting to check out. I go ahead and I'll tell everybody and say maybe we should find this gentleman. I imagine I have his address, right? In the file?
Yeah. I'd also like a weird science roll from Humboldt.
Coming up. There you go.
Okay, so you've been playing with this thing, and you think you can detect the last frequency that it captured.
And the last frequency would be like what? Which person it was locked onto?
Or which source of energy, yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool.
All right, so what's your next move?
Well, before we go any places, so I've turned this on, and am I getting any kind of reading? Can I use this as like a homing device or a directional guider? Or is the signal too
You
weak?
can, but you're not getting anything from it here.
I don't know. That thing still looks broken to me.
Nah, it's
Are
a
you
great
sure it's
shape.
working?
It's a great shape. Here, let me kill you, and then I'll show you.
Funny.
Okay, so I guess we go talk to this guy and see if we get a trace on it, because potentially if this guy used his truck to move the body parts, then there might be some kind of a lingering trace on that the Geiger counter would be able to pick up on.
Yeah. One other note. Don't forget the matchbook that you found.
Oh, yes. Yes,
True.
the Cocoa Club.
Yes.
Should we go there first before we confront Manja?
Yeah. Some more info.
All right. So the Cocoa Club appears to be an establishment that caters to gentlemen looking for some female companionship. So you can use persuasion or intimidation, although that's risky. The bouncers look pretty tough.
I'll use.
I'm just going to use my natural charm.
So that's going to go very well for you, I'm sure.
This is. I am in my element in this place.
Oh.
Like Don Delanucci over here.
No.
Okay, so Eli and Humboldt aren't getting anywhere.
I can't believe it. That line always works.
But
Well,
Philip
almost always.
does get some info from some of the ladies about Manja. Says, yeah, Manja's been picking the girls up here and taking them to a new client.
Yeah.
He's kind of horrible, though.
In what way?
And that place is, he's old, wrinkly, kind of freaky looking, smells bad, and the place he lives in is a dump. And don't tell anybody I heard, but I heard girls have stopped coming back from these trips.
Let's say, you know where this place is?
Well, you just have to ask real nice, and she holds out her hand.
Oh, babe. I think we can find some other form of payment. I'd like to make another persuasion roll.
Okay.
I absolutely seduce this chick.
You charm, are you?
You do.
Oh my goodness.
And so sometime later, you make an athletics roll if you want.
Oh, boy.
No, nice. Oh, hey, keep it clean. Keep it clean. This is a family podcast. Keep it clean.
That's a pretty successful athletics roll. So she's very happy to tell you that it's an abandoned brewery on 85th and Stony Hill.
Nice. Nice.
Which, of course, is deep in Capone territory.
Thanks for the good time, baby. Maybe I'll see you again soon.
Anytime. Now I know why you private investigators have that nickname.
Oh, boy.
I tip my fedora and I walk off.
All right. So how do you want to check this brewery out?
Well, do we still need to talk to the guy, or should we just go check out this brewery? I think is the question now.
I think we should just go straight to the brewery. I think the manja would have led us to this guy.
Right, but I mean, he might have some more information, maybe a deeper background on this guy than my lady friend there. Maybe he might know something that he might know things that might help us if we do run into this other old gentleman.
Well, tell you what, why don't we drive by the brewery? I'll use the direction finder and then see if that gives us a strong ping on the place.
And then
we can go.
Are we sure that it works?
I am very confident that it works. My weird science ability tells me that I am very, very confident this works.
I don't know. Looks like a paperweight to me.
You wait, my friend. Just you wait.
All right. Maybe.
Okay, so you drive down there, and as
you have a car?
No, but you can take a cab.
Okay.
Okay, so do you want to take a cab or the train?
Well, fellas.
Why don't we take the train? Because then we can always take a cab back from there.
All right, so you head down to 85th and Stony Island, which is way down here. And you find the brewery. And as you approach with your device held out, it starts to click faster and faster. And then it literally melts down from overload.
Damn.
Whatever's going on in there, it's off scale on this thing.
I told you that thing was busted.
Friday circuits, busting the tubes.
Okay.
Well, if it wasn't before, it certainly is now.
Okay, so, all right, let me just try this.
Just remember, guys, any machine can be a smoke machine if you use it wrong enough and hard enough.
There you go. Okay, Scott, with that roll, can I fix this as we drive around? Like, you use a paper
Not
clip
while you drive around, but
all right.
You think you might be able to fix it back in your lab.
Okay,
Nice.
so, but okay, knowing why it broke is exactly the same as fixing it.
Close enough, anyway.
Yep.
I'm going to drop you in on the street outside this brewery.
Okay.
Literally on the street. That's okay.
Okay.
So
So I know I got a strong reading off the machine Let me do a detect arcana too. The old naked eyeball read.
There's definitely something going on in there.
It's weird.
Okay, so the brewery is surrounded by a high fence. You can make a notice or repair check to assess this fence. There's also a conveniently located all-night diner across the street.
Oh, God, that's a lot nice.
What in the wacky wheels?
Okay, you looking at the fence, you're pretty confident it's electrified.
Okay.
Whether or not there's
around,
power to it is an open question. Since
can I walk around the perimeter and see if there's anything that can I notice any entryways or take a look at the building to see if there's other entrances?
There's a gate here. Mm-hmm. And as you walk around, you can see that on this side, there's a set of loading dock doors. There's no entrances on the opposite side or in the back.
So along this side, is there any garbage or trash in the streets?
There's garbage and trash in the streets everywhere.
Okay.
You're gonna throw it to the fence.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to grab like a trash can lid or a tin can, something like that, and fling it against the fence so it contacts with the fence and the ground. You're kind of pitching pennies right at the base.
It is absolutely electrified and powered.
All right. So can I tell from the crackle just how bad it is?
It's bad.
All right.
Can I see where it's getting the power from?
Looks like it is running there. So the power lines run to the building and then from the building back out to the fence. You also notice 3 guys lurking around the front door here.
Have they noticed us yet?
Not yet, because you haven't really done anything suspicious, and there is at least some foot traffic around here.
I think we should go. We'll stake the place out for a little bit at the diner across the street.
Okay.
All right.
How long do you want to wait?
What time is it? What time is it right now?
It's about midday? 5
a.m. or p.m.
p.m.
Okay.
You'd be a lot more conspicuous at 5 a.m.
Why don't we go into the evening and see if there's like a shift change or see if workers come out?
You said there's a diner right across the street?
There is a diner right across the street.
Is there an open table by the big window in the front of the diner?
There is, in fact, such a table.
Let's go get some coffee.
Nice. And some cherry pie.
Donuts.
All right, so you hang out here for a while. And you see periodically some trucks come and go. And one of them is a Ford with a bald tire. You also see a change of the guard where some guys come out of the building and some guys come into the building. There may be some people in some of the trucks. Some of them are panel trucks type things. Not clear who's coming and going, but there's, for a supposedly abandoned brewery, there seems to be a whole lot of activity.
Should we maybe follow one of these trucks and see what's in it?
Difficult to tail a truck on foot.
Hey, taxi! Follow that truck!
If you can get a taxi at the right time, yeah. No guarantee of that, though.
Any ideas, fellas?
I could make an illusion near one of the entrances or exits and, say something ridiculous or be like, hey, you, and, try to get them to rush out, and then we knock out a couple of them, that sort of thing.
Let me.
Or find out ways to get in. You could also disconnect the power lines that are feeding that building.
Scott, would my wall walker ability allow me to leap the fence?
Not leap the fence, but if it was not electrified, you could easily climb it.
Is
Right, the
there
problem
any?
is that, yeah.
Is there any
electrified.
buildings adjacent to this electrical fence that he can climb and maybe jump in?
Possibly. Behind the building, you'd have a shot, at least, at making that climb and jumping in. It wouldn't be a guaranteed thing, though. And the landing could be rough.
True.
So we have vehicles going in and out. Would it be possible for me to kind of like, well, when it's waiting at the gate, I can maybe sneak underneath the truck or on top of the truck as it goes in?
On top would probably be noticed. Underneath is possible, but very dangerous.
Would I be able to make a thievery roll? Say, sometime in the past, maybe I had encountered an electric fence and figured out how to circumvent it?
I would allow that as a thievery roll. Or you could spend a penny and just have the knowledge. I mean, that is something you can do with pennies in this edition. Is just spend them for something plot appropriate.
Okay.
Hey guys, do we want to know how to get around an electric fence?
Yes,
Oh yeah, I
sir.
think so. Thank you.
I'm starting to think
Jack.
of something.
So best bet is always to cut the power.
Yeah.
Right.
Failing that, if you short it to the ground, which is dangerous but possible, especially with a repair roll, you can overload it and blow a fuse.
That works.
Okay. So
More dramatic, too.
where's the best place to do this? Around back by the loading dock?
Probably somewhere where there's not a whole lot of windows, so that's probably this corner here.
I'd like to get away from this area first.
Okay.
I'm gonna move myself first.
All right. So I'm gonna do that using my excellent repair skills and a couple of tin cans and the lid of a trash can that I picked up off the garbage off the ground someplace. I'm gonna short out the fence. Yes.
Nicely done.
Not only do you short out the fence, you short it out in a way that it is not obvious to the people inside.
Woohoo!
Ooh.
Okay, so I climb the fence.
We don't have anything that can cut through them, like snips or anything.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything to cut through. But what I'm gonna jump the fence and then see if there's something on the inside that I can toss over, like a rope or a fire hose or something else like that.
I mean, you don't see anything immediately here, but with the power off, you don't have to use a superpower to climb the fence.
Right. So actually, can the rest of you just climb the fence? Is that just
it would be an athletics roll.
All right.
I'll give it a whirl.
Here we go.
The suit is tailored.
Ah,
Oh, geez, fire.
Oh, so far so good.
It's gotta be this Ares energy. Shit.
Yeah, not so much.
I told you.
so I'm over.
Got a 4. Am I over?
Yeah, 4 will get you over. Jack, you want to Benny that one?
I don't know. I'm down to 2.
Well, actually, with the rest of us so easily climbing the fence, can we assist him over? Like pull him up and over?
I'll allow it.
Okay.
Yeah, give me an athletics roll to support his.
There you go.
I'd like to use stealth and kind of peek through the window over here.
Okay,
Can I do that?
give me a stealth roll.
Ooh, cool.
I'm gonna go ahead and Benny that,
Probably the path of wisdom.
and I'll try it again.
Oh, Oh,
goodness.
Much
goodness,
better.
Goodness.
All right, so there is a chance that they'll notice you, but it's pretty low because they're looking out a window, and so they're going to have to be very lucky to notice you out there. Even with that roll, that's not going to cut it. And then this guy.
They are resourceful.
What was that? Bad eyes. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
no.
Oh, no.
oh man. Oh. Hold on
So
there for doors.
this guy
kids.
just happens to look out the window at exactly the right time.
Son of a gun.
He is lucky. And you see him talking to this guy over here. So you know that he probably saw you. What do you want to do?
Well, shit. I'm gonna go ahead
Okay.
and pull out my gun inconspicuously and back away a little bit.
Okay, so I'm going to bring you to here, though, for peeking in the window so you can see everything that's going on here. So there's
Okay.
like 5 guys in this room, plus the really hideous-looking guy. And there's one guy who's kind of hanging out in the shadows that you can't quite identify.
I
And you
want to
see
wall walk.
this guy gesturing to some of these guys to go out the loading dock door.
I'm gonna
I didn't
use
do it.
wall walker. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go.
same.
I'm gonna climb the building, and go up onto the roof, so I can
Same.
look down from above.
I want to see if there's like a glass dome or like sort of glass skylights or whatever, and then have my gun drawn.
Okay, well, you
Where-
can't see the roof from where you are.
No, that's why I want to walk
Loading
up.
dock door?
Right where you're standing, more or less.
Oh, okay.
Scott, I think that's enough to get me up onto the roof, right?
Oh, yeah, easily.
Am I okay?
All right, so I can't place myself up
Okay.
there, but let's assume that I am on the roof now.
Yes. What are the rest of you doing? You have a few seconds before somebody opens the door and checks things out.
I'm going to pull my guns and go stealthy.
Okay. Give me a stealth roll.
Haha. Double six. Oh, triple
I
six.
am
Quad
the knight.
six.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Okay, so you fade around the corner here.
I can't see you. Where'd you go?
And then
You're just gonna
Eli.
twinkle into the darkness.
Of course, that's where they're going to be looking.
Blink.
And Eli, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna wall walk and then have my Colt drawn.
Okay, so did you do a wall walker roll as well?
Yeah, I got a 7.
Okay, so there's no skylights on the roof, but you're both on the roof here.
Excellent.
And the loading dock doors open up. And 3 guys come out. And they head around the corner. And so while you were very successful in not being obvious that you're there, they do come around the corner looking to see who's out there. And then I'm going to say you have an opportunity to shoot the first one who comes around the corner, but then it's going to be a fight.
Question. Can I pop an illusion that's a carbon copy of me and have one of them and have it like boop one of them on the nose and be like boop,
Yes, but
as a distraction?
Jack's going to get to shoot first.
Okay, excellent. Go for it.
So revolver shot.
Oh.
Or Colt shot, I guess. Silenced Colt shot, no less.
Silence full shot, yes. 1 second.
Go ahead and do a dim modifier for that. Never mind.
I can.
Yeah. That will miss with the dim modifier.
Why don't we Benny that then? Where is him?
That, on the other hand, will hit. Give me a damage roll.
Ooh, nice pew-pews.
So this guy pops around the corner, and you just drill him through the head. At which point, the guy behind him starts yelling, and all hell breaks loose.
Scott, can we get a drop on him? Can we get an early attack because we're on the roof looking down?
I'm going to say yes. Your first attacks will have the drop.
Okay. So I'm going to shoot this guy.
But it's still going to be an initiative order.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just that until you do something, you're going to have the drop on them unless something weird happens.
Right.
Round 1, fight.
I see I got an ace, but I don't see.
Here it comes.
Oh, there it goes.
All right. So first thing that happens is this guy runs out here to see what's going on. This guy runs over here, sees Jack, and takes a shot at him. Oops, didn't mean to roll twice. But fortunately for you, misses. And some more guys start moving along. Okay, next up is this guy. What is he going to do? That seems logical. Okay, so he does that. Next up is the guy that you didn't really see. And he runs out. And he is kind of freaky looking. He's got a bit of a Nosferatu look to him. And he has claws, which he is going to attempt to use on Jack here.
Well, that doesn't look good.
Sure.
And he's going to hit you twice. Once with a raise. So the raise damage is enough to shake you. And the non-raise damage doesn't do very much. Thankfully for you. Okay, Eli, you've got the drop. So you can take a shot or a bolt or whatever you like at any of these guys.
Yeah, I'll take a shot at the Valiant Thug right in front of the vampire.
Okay. Not that you know it's a vampire unless you make an occult roll.
Right. But I'm looking at the map. But yeah, my character does not know that. I'll bet you that.
Okay.
Because I want to do some hurt.
That hits.
2d6.
No, you have the drop. Actually, the first one hit, so I'm going to give you the Benny back.
Okay.
Because you have the drop. So that's going to be 2d6 plus 4.
And one of them exploded.
All right, so he goes down.
Yay.
Cool.
Had to pop a cop because he wasn't giving me my props in Oaktown.
Now they know you're on the roof.
Yep.
Hey, Jack, you need to unshake.
Okay. There's a button for that, I believe.
There is a button for that.
One.
Quite right.
You do not have permission to execute macro unshake.
So just give me a spirit roll then.
Ooh.
Roll.
That button.
Come on.
This button.
Ooh,
You're
ooh, yes.
fine. Everything's fine.
Ooh.
You're no longer shaken, but you have a freaky-looking clawed guy in front of you.
So if I take a step back, does that provoke an attack?
It does.
Well then, I'm just going to cap his ass.
So anything you do is going to be a fighting roll at this point because you're in melee with the guy. So you can still use your pistol, but you do need to make a fighting roll for it.
Oh.
Oh, there you go.
Wowzers. Yeah.
And that hits with a raise, so go ahead and give me raise damage with your pistol.
That one?
Hard pew-pews.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right, so you hit this guy's center chest. And the bullet goes right through him. And although he is shaken, he seems to be healing immediately.
Oh, what is this thing?
Not cool.
Would I be able to glean any knowledge from that?
You could make an occult roll. Judging by this guy's appearance, you think he might be a vampire.
God damn it, guys! We got a bloodsucker!
So from what you know of vampires, you are going to need some holy water, a stake through the heart, which does not necessarily have to be wooden. You could make a called shot to the heart with another weapon. Or sunlight, which isn't going to be for quite a while. Philip,
That's the best one.
Unless you make an occult roll, you don't know that.
Well, I don't have a cult, so I don't know that. I heard what you said though. Is that like might it be like common knowledge through like movies or something?
Give me a common knowledge roll. I'll let you have a shot at that anyway.
I don't know anyway.
You don't know what he's talking about. A
Not so
bloodsucker.
much.
What? What? So this other guy's still in there.
He is still in there.
Can I shoot through the window at him?
You can smash the window and shoot him, yes.
All right, I go ahead and I'll do that.
All right, it's lit in there, so you don't have the dim light penalty. That's a plus. And you will hit him. Give me a damage roll. The bullet seems to be deflected to the side as you hit this guy.
Oh boy.
Okay, Humboldt, you no longer have the drop because you're up on the roof. And they now know there are people on the roof.
Okay, well, having seen a bullet pass right through this dude, I'm going to use a burst on him. Yeah, and see if that's more effective.
You can also, from where you are, hit the other two guys.
With that same burst?
Yes. So go ahead and give me a damage roll.
All right.
What's the trapping on your burst?
The trapping.
Yeah, well, that's a really bad damage roll. Do you want to bang it?
I think that I do, actually.
Yeah, is it like fire, acid, electricity? What's blasting out at these people?
I'm going to do fire. That's kind of my go-to. It says fire, cold, or other damaging matter or energy.
Yes.
Actually, I could do like hail of stones kind of thing. That could theoretically, if I'm lucky, end up being piercing of a heart, right?
Yeah, but you're not going to be that lucky. So you do, however, manage to shake the two guys in the path of the first. You don't do anything to the other guy that's not already happening.
Okay.
All right, so this guy is going to try to unshake. And fail. So he ducks back inside to get out of the line of fire. Okay, those guys do that. And that is the end of the first round of combat, and that is where we're going to leave it for tonight. You guys may have bitten off more than you can chew here.
Man, we got a
That's
vampire
nuts.
and a mad scientist. I don't know.
Yeah, this is nuts.
And a whole lot of Capone gang thugs and soldiers.
Wow.
I see.
All right. Fortune fate. No, hey, no balls, no breakfast.
That's
Bigger
true.
go home.
That's true.
You can follow Happy Monster Press on Facebook as Happy Monster Press, at our website, happymonsterpress.com, Twitter as Happy Monster PRS, or follow the podcast on YouTube, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, iTunes, or Google Play Music. The Happy Monster Cast is part of the Savage Worlds Media Network. This game references the Savage Worlds game system available from Pinnacle Entertainment Group at www.peginc.com. It is unofficial media content permitted under the Media Network Content Agreement. This content is not managed, approved, or endorsed by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Certain portions of the materials used are the intellectual property of Pinnacle and all rights are reserved. Savage Worlds, all related settings and unique characters, locations, and characters, logos, and trademarks are copyrights of Pinnacle Entertainment Group. All other content is the intellectual property of Happy Monster Press. Music, Ice Cold by Jason Shaw. And Soft Despair by Unheard Music Concepts.
Oh, for sure.